So people in my chat have been asking me when I was going to play the medium because they keep seeing it in my games and apps section on my dashboard. The reason it's there is because I pre-downloaded it, but it actually only just unlocked yesterday. So I've actually been pretty excited to try this out. Now, horror games are not usually my thing. Like, I don't play a lot of like Resident Evil, stuff like that, and games that are really, really good at scaring you, I try to avoid. So I don't know if this game is going to be more on the scary side or more on just the creepy, interesting side. It does sound like they've got some really interesting game mechanics, specifically a dual world that you can walk your character around in two places simultaneously. And that's the experience that I'm here for. I really want to see what that is like. So I'm going to kind of brave the potential scariness of this and see what it's like. This is my very first time starting the game up. I've got no idea what to expect. Let me know, by the way, if I end up not getting the audio levels right. Well, that was loud. What was that?
It all starts with a dead girl.
I don't want her to be dead. Don't be dead. Well, that's not cool.
Ever since I was little, I've had this dream. It's the end of summer. A girl is running through the woods. The moon, the scent of pines. And then the gunshot. It always felt so real. The blood on my cheek, the cold sweat running down my skin. I'd managed to convince myself it really happened. This scar of a memory. And part of me I could never fully understand. And, well, that wasn't the only part. No wonder people used to think I was strange. If they only knew.
So, if I was in a room with access to liquid,
That day when the phone rang,
and I looked like that, I would wash my hands.
it was the hardest day of my life. The day I went home to say goodbye to my father. Dress him up for his last journey. Put him in a suit, fix his tie. Simple. Just the things he did every day. But looking through his stuff wasn't easy. I needed a moment to pull myself together. I was almost ready. I just had to find his special tie clip.
Oh, that was interesting. As I turned, she looked further. Oh, and she's looking at stuff on the table. Interesting. So, okay, so I'm going to be playing this partly as an audience member, but partly as a game developer wondering how they're going to make this, because this game is selling itself in part on being, very cinematic and being sort of very absorbing with its visuals and the way the characters move and stuff like that. It feels like it's kind of, I don't know, not quite trying to go for like sort of the David Cage level, but it's interesting seeing the way she, tries to move naturally. It's really hard to get that kind of thing right. Like, it's really easy to get them to like turn their head just a little bit too far. Like right there. Yeah, it's like she was trying to turn her head towards the book, but then overshot. It's hard to get that stuff exactly right. But interesting. So I wasn't sure what to expect from sort of the camera controls. Supposed to get surgery on Friday. Wait, is this my notebook, my calendar, or my dad's calendar? I guess if it says funeral at 10, it's probably my calendar. Interesting. Okay, so I walk around. I've got a fixed camera perspective, but then when I interact with something, it changes the camera to look at the thing. So this feels like it is like it's well tuned to be like a detective style game, right? This isn't State of Decay where it's about action, running around, having sort of maximum freedom. This is more of like a detective style adventure game, or what I'm trying to do is look at very specific scenes and drill down into the details.
Shit. Yeah. Nice to see you too.
And it helps a lot in a horror game if you've got a lot of control over the camera and what it does.
Jack's room. It's like he never... Damn it.
Alright, so I can look at... I assume that there's going to be scenes where I can look at more than one thing.
I used to think I'd never fit in. But Jack, he didn't mind my weirdness. He kept telling me I was special.
So when you say Jack, are you talking about your dad? Is that your dad, or do you call him by his first name? Why?
Jack was a humble, religious man. He ran a funeral home, and I'd help out whenever I could. It felt good to be useful. Keep hissing at me. Who do you think's gonna feed you now? Jack was part of the Solidarity movement. He spent a few months in an internment camp, but even that couldn't dampen his spirit.
Wait, Solidarity Movement? Internment camp? I don't think I know what she's referring to, historically.
Come on, Jack. Where'd you put it?
Oh, is that the tie clip?
Okay. Let's do this the other way.
Oh, I'm holding left bumper, and now I can see a thingy. I can manipulate the clock.
There you are.
Beautiful. Yeah, Jack must be my dad. I wonder why I call him by his name. Also, I've got to change my look inversion. Much better.
Okay, I think that's it. Jack's waiting downstairs. Time to say goodbye.
So one question I have in my head is how soon are they going to introduce the strange,
Weird to be back in my old room.
the dual world mechanic?
So many memories.
Because when it's really easy to sort of, not easy, but you come up with a game that's got sort of some big conceit, like, okay, when you're in the middle of the game, it's going to feel like this. But then figuring out how and when you're going to introduce it to the player, because if you do it too fast, they're just dropped in the deep end and they don't understand what's going on. But if you do it too slowly, they're like, why am I playing this game again? You have to get to the fascinating gimmick pretty quickly. I'm curious what process they're going to take to get me to the point where I'm running around in two worlds at once. Like using that insight mechanic, like showing that I've got some kind of special ability very early on in the very first puzzle, is a good move in that direction.
Kids from the orphanage. Not all of them had my luck. That's why I kept coming back. To play. To take care of them. To listen. That was the least I could do.
Okay, so I'm an orphan, and that's why I call my dad by his first name.
Spirits. There was a time I'd try to run from them, to ignore their calls. Matthew was the first one I helped pass on.
Wait, so she's worked at an orphanage specifically because she's a medium and can help the dead kids pass on? That is extremely dark. All right, so I expected this to be the exit to the house.
Yeah. I used to have a thing for them. Don't know why, really. I guess they just used to make me happy. Jack knew it well. That's why there's so many of them here.
So, yeah, I wonder if butterflies are going to have some kind of thematic connection to her powers. Yeah, they're creatures that are kind of two things. Not at once. They're two things sequentially.
I used to get a lot of these. To me, they were like trophies. Badges of honor for doing the right thing. Jack wasn't too amused, but he did his best to cover for me. I kind of feel bad for making him go through all that.
So I used to do cold readings, basically, for kids at school.
My oldest family heirloom. As a kid, I'd show this to people just to freak them out. I'd usually say something like, "Pretty sick, huh?" I was such a dork.
Thermal burns 35% of my body? Plus inhalation injuries? Did the orphanage burn down? Right, I think that's all of the interaction points in here. Alright, so I thought this was going to be the exit, so let's find the exit. Oh, okay. This is worth pointing out, by the way. I've seen games do this well and games do this badly. This one seems to do it well. So, I'm walking away from the camera right now, and I'm pushing forward with the stick. And I don't move my finger, and she keeps walking the same direction until I let go of the stick, and then reinitiate it. Then I'm back to sort of normal direct control. But it stayed relative to where I was as long as I was basically doing the same continuous walk. Now, one thing I'm curious about: what happens if I make a major change to the direction of the stick and then coming through? So like I'm pushing forward but moving into the camera. But what if I make a big change? Okay, yeah, then it goes back to direct control and it drops the relative orientation. That works for me. So that's not where the exit is. What about this way? Oh, yeah, okay, we got a whole... Okay, that looks like it's the door out. Let's see what's in here first, though. Hello? Oh, cat bowl. I do not have cat things. Insight's not showing me anything.
Looks nourishing.
I've got an open thing of cat food. I'm sure it's safe to eat. That's just how science works.
Here you go. What's your face? Glad to see you're still kicking around.
Yes. Achievement for feeding the cat. Cannot pet the cat as far as I can tell. So I guess they're not going for those cheap Twitter mentions. Ooh, got my weekly quest in Game Pass too. Symbolic funeral of the Siersza Mine. Huh. Some kind of bad thing happened there, huh? What do you bet I'm gonna go over there and see a bunch of ghosts? What's in here?
Can't believe it's all still here.
Ooh.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, all kinds of stuff. Wow, okay. Wait, that's not... What? Aren't there supposed to be two L's in that word? I don't know. There might be a special photography jargon thing. So illuminate photo for 5 seconds. Dip in multigrade for 3 seconds. Dip in stop for 3 seconds. Dip in fixer for 3 seconds. Okay. So... Am I supposed to do this? What is...
I guess I forgot about this one. I can do it now.
Okay. Hold on. What is this exactly? Okay, so I'm betting. Okay, let's put the photo down. I'm nervous. How easy is it to do this wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So then put it in here. 1, 2, 3. It looks like something. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're getting there. And then 1, 2, 3.
It was the last photo I took of you, Jack. Shit.
Jack shit. All right. I've got a photo of my dad. That's kind of cool. It's kind of a neat little activity here. What would have happened if I'd done a terrible job and just ruined the photo? Would that affect something later in the game? I don't know. I mean, I wanted to get it right, but part of me now is really curious what would have happened if I just screwed everything up. So is that the exit? Let's go over here. I definitely want to do all of the things before I leave.
Interesting.
Woohoo! Woo! That was a very detailed object. Somebody had a lot of fun putting time and effort into this. I wonder if they scanned a real object to get all this detail, or if somebody like hand painted all this stuff. Guess that was it. Is that all this room is for? Just a book? Maybe I'll come back here later.
We lived upstairs from Jack's funeral home. It wasn't as weird as it sounds.
Oh, wait.
Besides, if it wasn't for that, I may never have learned to use my powers.
Okay, so she's a psychic girl who can communicate with the dead. Her orphanage burned down. She was taken in by a kindly funeral home director. And then practiced on all the dead people that came through. And now he's dead. And she's got to help him pass on? I gotta say, this world is gorgeously rendered. I mean, you can see they're taking full advantage of the fact that they have an absolutely controlled camera angle. It's like you're looking this direction, and so there's probably nothing that exists behind the camera right here. It's probably just blank space. I bet this set doesn't extend hardly at all past where the camera sees. But they're just using all of that. I mean, look how close we're getting to like the scratches on and like, you know, dents on the window frame. You know, there's some like focus stuff going on to sort of keep us from seeing all the detail of this wall, but there is a lot of it. Can I go through this door? Looks like not. Weirdly, I feel like I'm being reminded of The Longest Journey right now. I'm not sure why. The Longest Journey was a very different world with a very different kind of protagonist. But just sort of...
Jack taught me to accept my condition. Of all my foster parents, he was the only one who saw it as a gift and not a curse.
Yeah, living in this sort of like complicated space and sort of navigating it at the beginning of the game, learning how my apartment connects to the rest of the world. So I'm feeling some vibration in my controller. I'm not sure what that's telling me. So I'm using my insight to see if it reveals something. Oh, what's this? Is it against the wall or is it... Okay. The last goodbye. Kind of reminds me of the theme song of Max Payne 2. I think it was Late Goodbye. So is it just, am I feeling vibration just because the rain is dripping around me? That could be annoying. Depth of field. Thank you, Federico De Santi. That's the phrase I was looking for when I said focus stuff is going on. I was looking for the words depth of field. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. My brain's very tired. So, yeah, my vocabulary is not where it normally is. Inner investigator. Okay, 25 objects. I'm assuming that's not a very large number. You know, when you're planning out achievements for a game, there's some that you do because you want to sort of reward players for high skill or for completionism. There's others that you use to sort of like educate the player about what they should do, sort of remind them of features they might have missed. That one was just a regular progression one just to make you feel good for pushing deeper into the game. And those are not bad. They're not as exciting as some other achievements, but it's kind of fun to get them. Just like little markers of progress to let you know you're going in the right direction.
Jack's in the prep room.
Wait a minute. I feel like, was there... So every little glint, like I saw a little glint on that lamp, and I thought that it was an interaction point. I'm like... My brain is sort of hardcore searching for these interaction points.
Weird. I don't remember locking it. The key should be in the office.
I already unlocked a door. Huh. Oh. It's kind of a neat little bas-relief there. Name of deceased, Adam Nowak. Birthplace, date of death. Mrs. Nowak brought funeral payment confirmation today. It's in the cabinet. Also, Robert took Friday off, so we'll need to find someone else for the funeral. Okay, so there's another dead body in this place.
Here it is.
Aw. I already missed that guy. I don't even know anything about him. I mean, I know a few things about him. I don't know everything about him. I don't know him. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just pretending it's sort of like emotion and nostalgia that's causing me to circle every room once and make sure that I'm not missing any interaction points. It is a good thing that they're trying to sort of drive in the lessons like this is how you interact with this world. You pick up objects, you find the point where they go, you insert the object into the point. This is, I'm kind of surprised to learn this is basically an adventure game. I kind of expected it to be, I don't know, something else, to be a little bit more action-y, kind of like a Resident Evil type game. But this is much more of like a, you know, like a Quantic Dream game or a, who are the people that did The Longest Journey?
Not sure if I'm ready for this.
Oh, cool jacket. I've already got a cool jacket, though. I don't need another cool jacket. Oh. Is this my dad drawer? Oh.
Hey, Jack.
Yep, this is a drawer for keeping dads in. Ooh, okay, so I need to... Oh, so I can do analog movement. I actually pulled that out with the movement stick. It didn't prompt me to press B to let it go, but luckily that's a pretty standard thing. Okay, I don't have a tie yet.
Got your special clip?
There it is. There we go.
Snazzy. You wouldn't have it any other way.
Let's do some dad smazzing.
I didn't expect this to be easy. I guess I didn't know what to expect. When things get personal, it just burns you from the inside out. There. guess you're ready.
Wow.
But am I?
They really nailed the dead vibe. It's hard to say exactly what the difference is between his skin and hers, but he looks like a dead guy. I think I was right to play this game during the day. It's melancholy.
Oh, can't you people read? The sign says closed.
Uh-oh. Time for ghost powers. Okay, sometimes these camera moves are getting me turned around. I don't know if my insight is going to be helpful here. So is this normal for... Oh, wait. Oh, you guys can't see it. It looks like there's a silhouette? What is that? I don't know, but it's very dark. Is this the way I came down? Probably? Yeah, it is. Oh. I love how my character is sort of nonchalant about this. It seems like maybe it's part of her normal life.
What the hell? Guess you felt it too, huh? And then it happened, as it did so many times before. Just when I thought my day couldn't get any worse.
Oh, where is that darn notebook? I'm gonna be late. I need to find that. Marianne? Oh, Marianne, are you crying, my child?
It's fine, Jack.
Now, you didn't happen to see my notebook, did you, darling? My memory's a bit fuzzy. So much for aging gracefully, eh? Where is that?
Listen, Jack. You should probably get some rest. Forget the notebook.
Oh, no. I've got so much work, my dear.
It's okay,
Jack. I can't just... What?
Let it go. It's not important.
You are crying. What's wrong, dear? Oh, why is it so cold in here? Where is that damn notebook?
It's okay, Jack. It's okay.
My sweet little Marianne. What would I ever do without you?
Jack. Don't worry about it. It's time to get some rest.
Oh, Marianne.
Yeah?
Oh, I'm worried about the surgery. When I'm at the hospital, are you sure you're going to be all right?
Yes, Jack. It's gonna be fine.
You know, I promised myself once I would never let anything happen to you. Not while I'm around.
I'll be fine. I promise.
No risky stuff, then. Huh? All right?
All right, Jack. Now, get some rest.
I need... Oh, yes. Be good, Marianne. I love you, my child. I've loved you since the moment you walked into my life. Remember that. Always.
Wow, that was great.
Most people would give anything to have that opportunity. To say all the things that were left unsaid. But it didn't make things any easier. I could help 1,000 souls cross over, but when it came to Jack, it still hurt like hell. I love you too, Daddy. I used to think everyone saw the world the way I did. Divided. Torn between two realities. But no. I was the only one. Or so I thought. We're closed. There's another funeral home across town. I can give you the number.
Marianne,
Who is this?
you don't know me, Marianne, but I know you.
Look, if this is a joke,
You need to listen to me, Marianne.
okay, I'm hanging up.
I know what you are.
What? Who is this?
My name is Thomas. I need your help.
Listen, if that's all you've got, I'm...
No, there's more. I can give you the answers you've been looking for your whole life. But I need you to trust me.
Trust you. I don't even know you.
It all starts with a dead girl.
What did you say?
The Neva Resort. Find me there. Please. The light, it's almost gone. It's not dark yet, but it's getting there. You're the only one who can stop it. You're my only chance.
Hello? Hello? Shit.
Okay. That was a very good introduction. Holy crap. Wow. So that whole idea for how to do these scenes is great. Like they stage the scene in the other world. They animate her for the other world once. And then they use the same animations in the real world to show you what other people would see. But then they don't shoot them, like, they shoot them from different angles. Sometimes they're in lockstep with each other, so that you can see what's going on, see the exact comparison. Other times, you're seeing like her perspective on one side and a perspective on her on the other side, and the way that the worlds are connected to each other, like, I love they had me pick up. Was it the key? No, it was something else. There was an interaction point in front of that bas-relief of the tree to get my attention on the tree, so that when the new, view of the world, when that new alternate reality shows up, I see like the real tree in the background, and I make the connection. I'm like, oh wow, so there's going to be like creepy interconnections between reality and this, at least our reality and this alternate world. This is just hinting at so much potential.
And off I went, on nothing but a hunch. A call from a complete stranger. But I'd learned to trust my instincts, and there was something about this guy, his voice. Felt like I should know him. Either way, he sure seemed to know me. The Neva Workers Resort. Right off the bat, I could feel there was something off about that place.
So a handheld shot from a little bit far away of your character is a great way to sort of make you feel like you're being watched. So I could continue at this point, but I actually, like, particularly if you have Game Pass and you want to go play this game, we should cut this off right now. Like, we've got the introduction, we've got the premise, you know what the gameplay is going to be like, and you know what's impressive about this game. So let's call it right here for a bit. And, I'll come back to this game later. We'll play a little bit further, but holy crap. So one of my favorite things about this is I think that if you watch this video, you can watch me progress over time. From at the beginning, I'm just trying to pick apart how the game works. I'm like, okay, the character's head is overturning a little bit. How are they making the character feel alive? What is the perspective they're using? Why are they using it? Oh, look at this little detail in the controls. That's what I'm thinking about. By the time I get to that scene with her father, I'm just like enraptured by the game instead, and I don't want to be a game developer analyzing this anymore. I just want to be an audience member along for the ride. It's hard to do that to me. A game has to be pretty special to get me out of that analytical zone and into the into the other place. It's like there's two different worlds that I inhabit at once. On one side, I'm an analytical game developer trying to figure out how other games work. On the other side, I want to be an audience member who's experiencing this stuff firsthand, absorbed emotionally in the experience, and it is hard to get me into that other world. That moment in that cutscene did it. So I would love for other people to just sort of experience this game themselves rather than just watching me play it. So we're going to cut off the video here. And, if you want to subscribe to my channel, I probably will play this again on the stream, so you can look there and maybe there'll be a video. But either way, though, if you've got Game Pass, go get this. This is really cool.